And he's loose again. Edwards off the running. Let's get back down to Edwards. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now. And they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Riley Williams. Goes to the free. Touchdown.
All right, everybody. Welcome into another edition of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast. And we are talking week 4. Pretty solid week this week, honestly, when you look at these games and even some of the ones outside of the pick'em that we're doing. So we're welcome you guys in. Thanks for watching. Guys, let's just dive right in here and talk about this week 4 slate. Big test early in the Big 12, and it's coming right out at the 11 o'clock hour. Or the noon window for you East Coast weirdos. Texas Tech, Utah. Texas Tech's number 17 in the country. Utah's at 16. Both are 3-0. And Utah's got the spread at 3.5 in their favor. The game's in Salt Lake. How are you guys feeling about this one? I like this matchup a lot. I think it's fun with a quarterback battle. The defense that you see on Utah. What are you guys feeling?
I think
it is definitely a quarterback battle.
It is definitely, it's definitely a quarterback
Just
battle.
staring at the ceiling, like
I was just thinking about this. I'm like, how do I want to approach this? I think that we are going to see Utah run away with the Big 12, and this will be the start of it. I think this will be like kind of Big 12's wake up call that Utah is not going away. I expect that. I just think Utah is too multifaceted. And while I like Texas Tech, I do think they can I feel like they tend to be a little bit too one-dimensional at times. And I like Utah's overall game plan, and their defense is better, in my opinion, than Texas Tech's.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of going to go with Utah on this one. Mainly because, I'm just sticking with Utah.
It's definitely tough because Utah's offense last year was just at the bottom, and it's the past few years it's been terrible because of the quarterback situation, and now it seems as if they have somebody that can make that offense flash. It's almost like you don't trust it because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I know offensively Texas Tech moves the football.
Yep.
So I mean it's hard. This one is a tough one, but I do have this as a coin flip game. It's going to come down to Morton versus Dampier, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I still haven't solidified which one I like. I do lean Utah, but I don't know. Something in my gut just tells me Texas Tech's going to do it. And I mean, that's if I were to pick right now, it's Texas Tech for me.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor, you're right. It is a battle for the Big 12 really right now. When you look at these teams who they've played, Utah really hasn't played anybody impressive. I mean, UCLA is down the shitter. They played an FCS program and then Wyoming. But on the flip side, Texas Tech really hasn't either. Oregon State hasn't really panned out. They played Kent and then Arkansas Pine Bluff. So again, it's a battle of teams that have not really faced a true elite opponent yet, and each other will probably be the first time they have this fight. So I think it could be sloppy early.
Yeah, I think Salt Lake will be bumping though. I think it'll be a really hot crowd at noon or whatever time it'd be there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Salt Lake's Utah's always got a great atmosphere.
They do.
Dampier, he's been playing really well. So he's got confidence right now. Morton, he's a seasoned veteran. He's been around. He can throw it well. But to your point, Blake, I think that the ability on the Texas Tech offense with their running backs and the wide receivers gives them a great opportunity to extend this game. Whereas on Utah, Dampier leads their rushing and their passing. So if they can find a way to spy him and shut his ability down, okay, now I'd lean Texas Tech here. However, on the defensive side, Daly's been on it. He's already got 5 sacks. So if he can create pressure, it's going to be
Defensively, Utah definitely has the edge, no doubt.
I agree.
Their defense is better, but also a team that can spread the ball around with a quick passing game is just as effective as a rushing game, which is what Texas Tech does do. And they haven't ran the ball bad themselves with their running back either.
Agree.
So, and then defensively, Tech, neither team really have played high caliber offense. So even though he does have 5 sacks, it is hard to kind of gauge how good defensively these teams really are. And even that each of these teams are each other's first test, we really don't know how good either of the two teams are, period, just because of the caliber of opponents they face. This kind of game usually is not a big deal until late in the season, but we're getting it in week 4, both ranked. So it makes it hard to make a pick here.
Yeah, it does. I think I'm going to go with Texas Tech. What's up?
But Utah had to play UCLA. That was a test. That was such a big.
Hey,
they got waxed by the Wolves, or was it? No, it was New Mexico State, wasn't it? The Wolves at Wolves.
It was New Mexico. It was straight up New Mexico.
You were right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say one more thing for Utah is I do think this is going to be a very tight game and either can win it. But after this game, you got West Virginia for Utah, West Virginia, Arizona State, BYU, Colorado, Cincinnati, Baylor, and then K-State, Kansas. I mean, some of these teams are not – Kansas State's obviously not panning out. Colorado isn't. So there could be, like you said, Trevor, a smooth run to the Big 12 championship if they get through this game. So we shall see. But I am going to take Texas Tech in a very tight one. Like Morton.
All right, I'm the Lone Ranger on this. All right.
Well, you're not the Lone Ranger yet. I haven't.
Oh, you got it. Come on.
I haven't 100% decided. I mean,
are we looking at a late throw-in at the end of this episode where you change it up?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to stick with Tech. I'm going to stick with Texas Tech. But every time me and Brendan have picked the same this year, it has not went well.
We've been off.
Well, I'll tell you what. If all 3 of us pick the same team, I'm flipping.
Yeah,
I swear on everything holy, I'm flipping.
Oh my god. Well, let's see, because that might come up right here, guys.
Yeah,
we're talking number 22 Auburn versus at number 11 Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is currently 6.5-point favorites at home. Guys, how are you feeling on this one? Because to me, it's almost kind of a similar battle between these two teams or what they do.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, go ahead, dude. No, go ahead.
Okay. I'll say this. I give Oklahoma. I like Auburn offensively. They struggle up front. Their offensive line, now though they were improved last week, but from the first 2 games, they have not, to me, been very impressive. They let a lot of guys through, a lot of gaps, and Oklahoma's defensive line has looked pretty solid. Granted, Michigan, I almost chalk that up as a one-off because new quarterback, I don't think Michigan had a lot of flashy stuff prepared for that game just because of the new guy on the road. Again, hard to gauge really how good Oklahoma's defense truly is. But I lean Oklahoma, but I do like Auburn in this situation if their offensive line can perform.
Yeah.
And defensively, I mean, Auburn, they've got some guys. I mean, they can get in the backfield. But they gave up a lot of yards through the air against Baylor. And I think Baylor should have won the game. There was a lot of things, minor things they could have flipped and did differently to take that. So I go Oklahoma, but it's not, it's not like a scratched in stone. They're just going to run away with the game because I think Auburn can cause some problems.
Yeah. Well, God bless it. All right. So with Auburn, I mean, no disrespect for Baylor, but I mean, I thought Baylor should have won that game, but they did not play their best ball that game, in my opinion. But then, obviously, Auburn hasn't really played anybody since then.
No, they haven't.
So, I mean, I mean, Ball State got 3 points on them. I mean, they gave up 15 points to South Alabama, and South Alabama is a shell of what they were the previous year because they don't have any of their coordinators that built that offense. And I mean, a lot of their players transferred and followed some of these coaches. So to give up 15 points to South Alabama is, in my opinion, if you want to be considered a contender in the SEC, that can't happen.
Yeah.
So with that said, out of both of these teams, I think Oklahoma is the more battle tested, and Mateer is, in my opinion, the better quarterback. So with that said, I think I'm gonna go with Oklahoma, but I can definitely see a scenario, especially if he gets a turnover bug in this game, where it becomes a problem for Oklahoma if they're having turnover problems.
And don't forget, Auburn was on the road too at Baylor.
Yeah.
And that was rowdy there. So I mean, I feel like this is also like a been there scenario for them.
Yeah.
And I almost like this is a trap game for Oklahoma, in my opinion. It really is. After the Michigan win, the hop train is on Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are going to kind of be looking past Auburn, like, oh, well, it's Auburn, haven't really played anybody, but I mean, I don't think they're a team to mess with.
Yeah. So who are you leaning on? Are you going Oklahoma on this one?
I'm going Oklahoma. I don't know how much I like it, but I'm going it.
Well, shit, boys, this is the one where we're all picking the same. It seems.
I pick Auburn.
You're switching. I haven't even said yet, but
I didn't care.
You're going Auburn? Are you going Auburn?
No, I'm not switching yet. I'll wait till you say something, but it's going to come out very quickly.
So this is my reasoning. Yes, they've each played one tough team. I will agree with that. Baylor gave up a ton on the ground. They could not stop the mobile quarterback. Mm-hmm. And Michigan against Oklahoma had the same thing. Mateer was that team. Michigan crushed the rushing attack from every other running back.
Yep.
But Mateer ran freely, on those design quarterback runs or scrambling out of the pocket.
The broken plays is what really killed Michigan and what really set Mateer what set him apart from the way obviously Underwood was playing in that game. But yeah, you're right. Like the way Mateer handles broken plays, he's on an elite level when it comes to that.
I agree. And now he did throw interceptions in the Michigan game.
He did.
Michigan, I agree. They couldn't get it out of their own way offensively. They were playing too timid and not to lose. They were just hoping their defense could stand up enough, just like they did against Bama and Ohio State the year before. So it is hard to see, maybe what that game really would have been for Oklahoma, but their defense still stepped up in the big moments. And offensively, Mateer can throw very nice football. So Arnold, on the other hand, that's how Auburn won against Baylor. So it's that same running quarterback. I'm really curious to see how they battle here, and can Arnold actually throw the ball to win? I just don't know if he's going to be able to, guys. I think they're going to try to. It's going to be a lot of running quarterbacks here, and kind of a lot of the same shit. But I'm going to take Oklahoma in a very tight game. I think the spread's 6.5, but Auburn's got some crazy luck, and I could see it being tight. So I'm going to go OU here.
Of course you are.
I know. I don't like it, but I feel that Mateer is too good to turn up on.
What you did say, to your point, though, is really accurate, is that while the two quarterbacks may not be on the exact same level, they are both very good at making a broken play into a positive play.
Yes.
They're both very good at that, mainly because they both can move the pocket real well. Now, I will say that Arnold still hasn't proven to me that he can put the ball in tight spaces.
Yeah.
And I do believe, I know what Blake said about the Oklahoma defense against the Michigan offense is partially true in my opinion, but I will say that at least when I was watching them, that defense looked like they were flying.
Oh,
they looked like they had speed everywhere.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting for me to see on how Arnold handles how much speed Oklahoma appears to have on defense. And if this game still the eye test, I watch Oklahoma if I can still see that same speed coming out in this game. If that's the case, then the defense for Oklahoma is more legit than I think the offense is, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, and I think you're right. I think the Oklahoma defense will show up, but Auburn, we've talked about them in the preseason.
I'm going to stick with Oklahoma. I just
team.
talked myself into just dealing with this.
It is a talented squad. I just trust the Mateer arm more than Arnold's arm.
Yeah, same.
So that's where I'm at on it. All right, gentlemen, we just talked about Michigan a little bit in this one, on this last one. Well, now they're getting another test, and this one's on the road without their head coach. Number 21, Michigan, going to Nebraska. Michigan is currently a 2.5-point favorite on the road. It opened as a 1.5-point favorite. It's moved in favor of Michigan. Guys, when I'm looking at this one, it's to me the defensive pressure for Michigan. How much can they go after Raiola, and how does he handle those unique packages that Wink's going to throw at him? And then outside of that, Michigan opening up the offense, keeping it open. They can't do what they did against Oklahoma. What do you guys feel?
Blake, go ahead first.
I agree with what you said. If they want to win this game, they have got to trust their quarterback, and they've got to give him. They've got to get his confidence going quick, because Nebraska's they're rowdy. It's going to be loud. It's just something about young quarterbacks on the road. I mean, he's got to prove himself, and they got to get him some confidence going. On the flip side, it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes in any situation.
Junior.
Yeah. But this one, just like last week, I feel like so many of these games are coin flip games, because Nebraska's offense, to me, though with the staff they have, should be a lot better than what it's been the past few seasons even. Mm-hmm. And I just don't trust their offense, and they've made it that way. They've made it very difficult for me to trust them scoring points. And I think Michigan's just got a better defense than Nebraska does in offense. I just don't know that Michigan's going to be able to score on the road, because Nebraska does have a great defense as well. Mm-hmm. I would say similar to Oklahoma's. This one is tough. I'm going to go Nebraska.
Ooh.
Because of home field advantage and just the young quarterback on the road. And also, I feel like they are in he needs a big win as a head coach.
Oh, yeah.
He has not really had that since taking over at Nebraska. And it's almost a must win for him.
I agree.
So I'm gonna go Nebraska.
Okay.
Trev?
Two things will be key for me, and with all due respect to Marshall, I think he's a really good running back, but I think he's at this point in the season a number 2 running back. I think Justice Haynes needs to be primary back, and Marshall be the secondary, just because Haynes. Look, I like Marshall, but Haynes just runs angry. He just runs angry, and that's what you need in a game like this. They definitely need to get Underwood comfortable, and I think Raiola is freaking overrated as all get out.
I agree. I don't think he's all that.
Honestly, I think he's just overrated. He's a 5-star, great, fine. There's a reason why he's not playing at a school not named Nebraska.
God dang, that'll piss people off if they see it.
But look, all things considered, I do think that Michigan does have a better overall offense if they open it up, if they allow it to work, because they've all said that every coach and every player say they have the utmost confidence in him to make the right decisions. So let's just open the playbook up and let him do his thing and see how it falls. No Michigan person is going to be mad at you for seeing him opening up the playbook and just letting it loose.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be mad about that. What they will be mad about is if you're running it 1, 2, 3 and punting it
Yeah.
for the first whole half of the game, people will lose their flipping minds.
Yeah.
With all that said, I do think Nebraska has a good defense. They're going to have the home field advantage, but the home field advantage is a bunch of nice people. So, is it really an advantage? I'm not sure. We'll see, but I'm going to take Michigan and a 10-point win.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll say for them. So I got you as for Michigan. I will say Nebraska gets rowdy. These people do get. I mean,
They do get rowdy, but they're
fucking
super
into it.
nice. They're all
They
nice.
are very nice. They're probably
good
one
people.
of
They're
the
good
better
people.
fan bases that I've heard people when they travel. They say it's just a wonderful place to visit. But when talking about this game, yes, I agree, Trevor. If for Michigan fans, if they go out there and run the same shit that they did against Oklahoma, where okay, we know Bredesen's out wide, and well, that's going to be a screen pass to somewhere. Okay, he's pulling on off the line and he's going to block. Well, it's a run to that area. You're giving tells and you're letting the defense.
By the second quarter, I was calling out the plays as they were about to happen. Like,
I was calling them in the stands, and I was in Oklahoma, and I was like, "Oh, there's your screen pass right there," and then it gets blown up, and you're just like, "Okay, this shit can't happen again." Now they opened it up. I know it was against Central Michigan, but that's what you want to see. You want to see Bryce use his legs. You want to see Bryce be able to break it down when he doesn't see anything. I also want to see him try to hit some of those check downs a little bit more than like what you saw at the end of the Central game where he threw that pick because he was like, fuck it, this dude's down there somewhere, young guy, he's just trying to make a big play.
Yeah.
Find your lower guys on the drags, get him open and move the pocket. For Nebraska, for me, it's how much does this front seven pressure Underwood? Where's it coming from? How often are they blitzing? Or are they gonna try to see what they can do with their front four? But I think it's gonna be heavy blitzes. And to Blake's point, I think this is a program moment for Nebraska. They need this win desperately. The optics of beating Michigan is huge. They haven't done it in the last few years. So I think it's going to be a tight game, but I do think Michigan finds a way here. I think Underwood starts to really open it up, and this offense starts finding their identity more. And Justice Haynes and Marshall Law and Order have a big day. So that's where I'm going with. I'm going Michigan, and prove me wrong, Michigan. If you fucked up this game, I'm done picking your asses. All right, we're moving on. West Virginia, Kansas. Kansas currently a 13.5-point favorite over West Virginia. West Virginia coming off a late win against Pitt, and really that was a fun game to watch. So, what are you guys seeing in this battle? Does West Virginia have a chance with the 13.5-point spread, or is Kansas going to walk away with this one?
It'll be close. I really believe that. I think that Pittsburgh's offense, quarterback-wise, I'm not a big fan anymore of Kansas's offense. Daniels has not quite been what he once was to me.
Yeah.
Very inefficient at times. I liked Bean better.
The old Bean.
Yeah. Bringing it back. I like West Virginia here. I'm not picking them. They're in a good spot, I think, after the Ohio loss. I mean, I would even argue that Ohio's got a better defense than Kansas.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that. And
I don't think you necessarily be wrong to say it. I mean, look, they played Ohio State well. Ohio's a good team, man.
I know, and that's why I really like. You know what? I'm doing it. I go West Virginia.
All right. There we go. All right, I like it. Putting it down. No, you're wrong.
Well, of course, the Kansas homer is going to say that.
I'm a homer, but I don't live there or anything else. I just like them, and I love pissing people off. It's great.
Hell yeah.
But no, I mean, I like Kansas for all the reasons. that really, I mean, I don't have any good real reason I like Kansas other than the fact that they're home, and West Virginia has proven they don't like being on the road. They have not performed well on the road yet. In my opinion, at least, I don't think that they performed. They weren't. Were they away?
No,
week?
they were home.
They were home against Pitt, right?
Yeah,
But
they
that was
lost
away
on
at Ohio.
Yeah,
it was away at Ohio. That's okay. I thought I was getting my weeks messed up. It's been a long week, folks. Just bear with me. But no, Jalen Daniels, I think, is a little bit better than what Blake is referring to him as. But I think the offense could be way more efficient than what it is. He is right about that. It's been a little bit inefficient so far this season. I would like to think that since they're going into the Big 12 play, that you're going to see more emphasis on being efficient, ball control, not beating yourself, making the other team beat you, blah, 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 blah. With that said, I am going to pick Kansas, but I do think it'll be tighter than people think. But I think in the end, the being at home, West Virginia being away, in general, they're just not. I just don't think West Virginia is quite there yet. But I will say after week 6, if West Virginia is not performing at home and away, they're going to be in trouble. I just think that they should be able to hit their stride, but West Virginia is almost there. I think Rich Rod's got them going in the right direction. I just don't think they're quite ready to take on a Kansas team that is trying to get to the Big 12 title game.
Yeah, when I look at this, I'm more worried about the Kansas defense than anything. You gave up 42 points last week to Mizzou, and Mizzou, I think they're a good team. I like Bo at quarterback, but still, you give up 42. That's something that West Virginia, can they exploit that? They're trying to round into form. We said this in the previews, how long until West Virginia is like moving like a well-oiled machine. Last week, it took a battle, but they did pull out the win in overtime. Even with an injured running back, they had a guy in Edwards step in and show what he's got. So this is a big chance for West Virginia on the road as big underdogs. Jalen Daniels and company, they've got to be able to keep the momentum going. They've got to be able to chew out some clock. They cannot keep doing like 3 and outs and shit. So when I'm looking at this, I see a high scoring battle. I'm going to lean. Oh, man. I think I'm going to lean towards Daniels on this one, finding a way late.
I was really hoping both of you would just go with West Virginia.
God, I've been flipping back and forth on this one. The spread's got me a little screwed up, but I don't know, man. I think Kansas in a very tight game late gets the win. So that's where I'm at. But again, Kansas, you've got to control the football. So we'll see what happens with it. All right, next up, Florida and Miami. This one, not Pick'em's going there. What's it called? Game Day is going there. Which, shame on you, Game Day. You had so many great opportunities to go to Utah or go to Indiana. Like, you could matchups.
They should have been in Illinois.
And
they should have been in Champaign for sure. No, Indiana. Sorry,
well, it's in Indiana, but that game should have been
absolutely
game day.
And, like, there's so many opportunities. Instead, you go after Lagway throws 5 picks in one game, and
unranked Florida takes on Miami. Come on,
geez, but that's neither here nor there. We got Miami 7.5 point favorites at home. Florida's on the road after the big turnover game from Lagway. When you look at Florida, they've got 2 straight losses, one to LSU, one to USF. Their only win is against LIU. What do you guys see in this? Do they have a chance? Is this a game where Lagway can come back?
This is the one that makes me nervous because of the spread.
Yeah.
I feel like Miami should have a 2-touchdown. Florida should be catching some points here. I mean, it's Miami has looked very good this season,
They have.
and Florida has looked atrocious. Defensively, Florida honestly hasn't been all that bad, but at the same time, I'm not high on Nussmeier at quarterback like a lot of
Don't
other
get me
people
started on
are.
that shit.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not a Lagway fan. I never have been. I think he's overhyped, overrated. He may go out and throw for 6 touchdowns and no picks against Miami. I don't know. But the 7-point spread, it makes me nervous for Miami. But I mean, just going off
It's kind of
stats,
hanging in that.
yeah,
Going off that
but
eye test, man, it's hard to bet against.
it's hard to. Right. I mean, how can you pick Florida? They have not looked good. There are things that there were plays that were there against LSU. There was multiple times they could have put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
Lagway just made very bad decisions. And
Yeah, he did. You're right.
I don't think Carson Beck is going to help Florida in any way.
Yeah.
So I go Miami.
Yeah. I mean, all the things. Yes. All things correct is what honestly, I echo what Blake has said. And what I will add to that is that Carson Beck has resurrected his career and potentially his potential to be a top 5 NFL draft pick next season. If he continues to pick apart defenses the way he's picking apart defenses, I mean, God, this is reminiscent of the first season we saw Carson Beck at Georgia, where he was just looked like he was in control of everything. And I will say last season, I think, was a fluke and more or less to do with the play calling and the talent around him more so than him. And maybe the lack of confidence in whatever other illegal activities were going on at Georgia at the time. Who knows? Who knows what they were doing over there?
Yeah.
But anyway, but no, he has played absolute lights out. And some of the times when you're watching the games that he's played, I was watching some of the just dropbacks. He had not a care or a worry in the world that a defense was going to get to him. He has from what it looks like to me, is he has all the confidence in the world in his offensive line to hold up long enough for him to find an open receiver.
Yeah.
And then he's got some really fast receivers going on right now. Like they are blazing fast. And I honestly don't see Florida's defense being able to hang all 4 quarters. Now they may be able to hang with a half because most teams can usually hang with a team for potentially a half. And we've seen this in the past where a ranked and an unranked team go against each other. But I think most recently you saw Ohio State have that problem where they had a tight game going into half and then they just blow it out at the second half. And I think that's what will happen this game is Florida's going to try and keep it close, and they probably will to a certain degree, potentially within a touchdown. But that second half, I just don't think they'll have the gas to hang with Miami for all 4 quarters.
Yeah,
So I pick Miami, FYI.
Yeah, I think it's just going to come down to ball control and backing them. They can't have turnovers. They need to lean on Fletcher on the run game and really let the defense work too. I do think the Florida D has talent. I mean, they did shut down the LSU offense for the most part. Really, how much of that is LSU's problem, or is it a good combo between the two?
95-5.
So I think Miami's going to come away with the win here. I do think it'll be close until the fourth quarter, and maybe a late touchdown brings it close to that spread. But for Florida, I think Miami gets the dub.
Also, Napier. I mean, I personally would fire him regardless, but he's got his job is like burning by the threads. Like,
if they get blown out, he's gone.
He's got to feel that pressure.
Oh yeah, I don't know how he hasn't been let go already after last week's loss. I mean, it's I don't know. He's got to pull something out of his ass, and maybe it's this game. I don't know, but there's a reason that spread is so low.
Yeah,
and Vegas knows something that we don't.
They're begging for something. All right, guys. Well, let's move on. Talk some Illinois and Indiana here. And when you look at this one, it's really an interesting battle too. Both quarterbacks are vets. Both can sling the ball well. Altmaier, Mendoza. Both teams are going to want to run the football. I feel like it's kind of like I'd say Cignetti's probably a little bit more open with his offense, but they both have identities where they want to be able to run it on you, but also they have quarterbacks that can throw it. So where are you sitting? Where are you feeling on this? Indiana's currently 5.5-point favorites at home.
It screams to pick Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indiana losing one of their running backs, that makes it a little harder because if you pull up their rushing stats, both teams are very balanced. Indiana has 3 backs over 200 yards on the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Illinois, Fegan, it's hard to argue. Illinois sputtered a little last week. Indiana, they haven't. They're at home. Cignetti's famous quote, "Look me up, I win." But it screams to take Illinois here, and Illinois has looked good. I watched them in the Duke game, but then again, Duke is kind of falling apart, and it's how good of a win was that? It was on the road. They did look good. Altmaier, great quarterback. This is tough. Trevor, go ahead. I gotta think through this one.
All right. Look, you guys said it. Both quarterbacks are coming in with 0 turnovers. I think at the end of the day, this game is going to come down to who turns the ball over more. It's going to be who wins the turnover battle. Look, I think the running backs are okay. But I think it'll end up being Mendoza versus Altmaier by the end of this game. I think the defenses are going to stop the run for the most part, and it'll be down to the leading receivers to kind of take it away with Beatty and Cooper Jr. Respectively on both sides of the ball to kind of take it over. And I lean towards Indiana because, Cignetti has done it longer, because all of a sudden people think that Illinois is like this dominant power in the Big Ten. I'm just like, what? Yeah. No, that's not true. This is the first year that they've been considered that. No one else considered them that until this year. They had a lot of returning people, granted, but I'm just going to tell you, Brett Bielema has not been considered a good coach since Wisconsin. So, I'm going to go with the coach that's been winning longer and, in my opinion, has a better offense overall.
You taking smoking the cig on this?
And Indiana, I'm with you. Hoosier Nation, I'm with you. Fighting Illini will be fighting no more at the end of this game.
Oh man, did that change your mind any there, Blake?
I'm still leaning. I'm still leaning Indiana. I just, I feel that way. I think Cignetti's a winner. But
I like the way he calls games.
I agree.
Like every game that he coaches, especially the big ones, he always calls a smart game.
I agree. But I really do think Bielema has a good team, and I don't know, man.
All right.
I'm going Illinois.
All right, you're going Illinois.
Yes. I feel like they're being disrespected, and I feel like they're going to take it personally.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 3 weeks straight.
Shit, you've been shitting on them since the preseason.
Well, that's true too.
It's warranted. I don't disagree with what you're saying, and I don't know. I'm cheering for Indiana in this game too.
Old Brett Bielema, after that's what they call it, Bert. After Wisconsin, he did go on this journey of mediocrity and just dealing with struggles in Arkansas, and then trying to get Illinois back up, to like the Juice Williams type days.
Yeah.
And it's been a minute. And last year, I think when they beat South Carolina at the end of the season, they really were like, okay, we can be something more. They kept Altmaier from the grips of the SEC because teams were coming after him in the portal. So there's hope in the Illini football program for what the season can bring and what it means for their NIL moving forward. And I think Altmaier's a gamer. Like he can move it on the ground. He can throw it well too. And then when you add in Fegan's a strong back, I like their defensive players too. I'm going to go with Illinois on this one. I think it will be a tough game, but I agree, Trevor. I think if these defenses really can shut down the run, like kind of expect that it might happen, and you get a quarterback duel, I'm going to go with Altmaier on this one. Though I do think Mendoza is a good quarterback. The Altmaier leg ability is just it's what's pulling me to them.
My main thing is very similar, but also I feel like Illinois is somewhat tested.
Yes.
And I don't feel like Indiana has been tested.
Indiana has played zero. Nobody. I mean, Old Dominion, okay, they beat Virginia Tech, but I mean, whatever. What is it at this point? I mean, Virginia Tech at least put up a fight against South Carolina. That was something. And then, but whatever.
I don't think South Carolina is all that good, though.
I don't think so either now. They've changed my opinion. But then Indiana's played Kennesaw State and then Indiana State. So that's my one concern too is Duke is at least a program with a good quarterback, somebody that they've dealt with. So we'll see. I'm going to the Illini on this one. All right, boys, let's move on and hit up the next game. Arizona State, Baylor. Baylor's currently 2.5-point favorites. Arizona State, they did suffer that loss to Mississippi State, which is a program in the preseason we said would be improved. We thought from where they were last year. How improved is the question. So they did lose. They lost to Mississippi State, but they go out and beat Texas State next. Baylor, they've been in dogfights. I mean, they lost to Auburn in a tough game there. They've battled SMU into a double overtime, so they're definitely tested. Guys, what are you feeling on this one? Robertson, hell of a quarterback, over 1,000 yards passing already. Can Leavitt get it turned around? He's had 3 interceptions on the season, and last year he had such a good year.
Baylor will win this game. Offense is too good. Arizona State can't stop it. Too inefficient on offense. I just don't like. I'm not a big Arizona State fan this year, like I thought I would be. I just think Baylor's got too much offensively.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, the Baylor Bears are going to run them out of town.
Damn.
Sun Devil is going to have his ass on fire.
Good.
And Leavitt's going to want to transfer back to Michigan State after this game.
Oh, brutal.
Man,
they don't want him back, though.
They don't want him back. You're right.
I mean, geez.
You're right. Boys, they don't want him back at all.
You got me feeling away. Look, last year, Arizona State started early again in a struggle with Texas State, and then they started finding their footing. They went on a run, almost beat Texas in the playoff. It's a lot of the same players last year. Now there's good change up. Obviously, Scatterboo stuff's gone, but they do.
Scatterboo is the reason they got there, though.
Yes,
I mean he's a beast. There's no doubt about it. But I do like Leavitt at quarterback. I know he's had the 3 picks this year. The dude's got talent. But when I look at this game, it's Sawyer Robinson attacking the secondary, and these wide receivers for Baylor are something else.
They're incredible.
I mean, it's really nuts. And then can they get the running game going that we've been talking about? Washington's up to 304 yards rushing now. But we saw during the Auburn game, they couldn't get anything going on the ground. So if Arizona State wants to win this game, they have got to shut down the run and just try to force it into a passing battle and see what happens for their defense against Robertson. But on the Arizona State side, you've got to get Riley Brown going, involve him not only in the run game, but in the receiving game. The dude's fast as hell. So if you can get him in some screen action, line him up out wide, then you could maybe see some separation. I am going Baylor here, but I think it's going to be right on maybe a little bit north of that the spread. It's only 2.5.
Yeah.
I'd say probably a touchdown win for Baylor. That's about where I'm at. All right. Next one, we just mentioned them. Sparty at USC, number 25 USC. USC 17.5-point favorites, guys. Does Sparty even have a chance in this one? Trevor says no. Blake,
I will
all right.
never admit that. Not against a ranked team. Sparty ain't what Sparty used to be.
Well, let's hear it. I mean, Childs, he's coming in. He's had some solid games. Granted, who have they played? But same thing can be said with USC. Who the fuck have they played? Purdue, brand new team. I like their coaching staff and what they're trying to do with Purdue, but I don't think they're there yet to actually say like that's the danger team they have been. Boys, what are you feeling?
So, Trevor, I'll let you go ahead because I got a little bit to say.
Okay. Fair enough. I will go. Look, Michigan State is going to be overpowered in this game probably from the get-go, but I would definitely say by second quarter you're going to see a talent gap between these two teams. I would say probably by the second quarter, give or take. I know that me and Brendan are not high on Maeva at all. Actually, I don't remember if we've had the conversation, Blake, on how you feel about Maeva, but I'm not very high on him. But that being said, Childs has not played well, in my opinion. Not from what he was expected to be, in my opinion. He's 58 for 81, which is fine. 6 touchdowns, okay. 1 interception, that's good. I mean, honestly, out of all that, throwing the ball 81 times and you've only thrown 1 interception, that's good. But I still think that the talent around him is just pedestrian. To bring it back.
You had to bring that word out.
To bring it back. And it's no secret, but I do think here's what I will say about Michigan State is that they always have blue collar beat you to the ground defense, at least front 7, generally speaking. Now, my main concern with their defense will always be forever their secondary.
Yes.
That's always going to be my concern, especially in a game like this where you know without a shadow of a doubt that USC is going to produce speedy wide receivers. They always do. They always have. I fully expect that they will continue to do that long after the coach is gone and they have a new coach in, because that will probably happen sooner rather than later. But with all that being said, I am going to pick USC, but there is no way I'm picking them to cover the spread.
Yeah,
I think it's fair.
That's kind of my argument here is the points. I feel like there's too much hype in USC, especially with Maeva. I'm with y'all. I'm not impressed by him. I think he's a little overhyped. Aiden Childs, though, he's pushing 72% completion. I mean, he's at the top in college football as far as his completion percentage. And I know he's got the 1 pick, but offensively, I feel like they're very balanced. And I feel like that can cause some problems for USC. But, I mean, they got carved alive by Boston College through the air.
Yeah.
But then again, I think Lonergan is a fantastic quarterback. I'm just not bought in to USC. And I'm not taking them in the upset, but I do think ultimately USC will probably walk away with this game just because of the talent and the speed at receiver. But I do think Michigan State's going to keep it close and scare them a little bit.
I think this could be a scary game. I agree for USC. We mentioned in the preseason that Maeva could, I mean, if he turns a corner and he has a great year, this USC team could make a lot of noise in the Big Ten with the talent that they have. And that's how he felt about it. But we just need to see it. And again, USC has not played anybody worth mentioning to where you get a really good feel against a defense for Maeva. Purdue's at least something, but again, I just don't think they're there yet with all the new staff and changes they've made. Childs, he has turned a corner this year, but there was moments earlier against, I think it was Western Michigan, that toward like the middle end of that game, it got a little squirrely. You're like, okay, he needs to cut that out. But for the most part, I do think he's improved. How improved? Again, they've played Boston College, Western Michigan, and Youngstown State. It's the defense that worries me for Michigan State. I don't know if they're going to be ready for it. But Nick Marsh, Frazier, Childs, these guys are going to have a big game offensively. Defensively, I just don't think they're going to be able to stop the rushing attack or the passing attack for USC. So I'm going USC here. I do think Michigan State covers the spread, like Trevor said, but I think it'll probably still be that 10, 13-point game. All right, let's move on. South Carolina, Missouri. Guys, this one currently a 10.5-point spread in favor of Missouri. And I'm still waiting to hear more about Sellers being active for this game. Last I saw was he's questionable.
I was just reading that. What did they say? He's listed as of 30 minutes ago. He's listed according to Pete Thamel of ESPN. He's listed as questionable for the game against Missouri, which means that he must be. Questionable means he's probably outside of the concussion protocol.
Yeah,
at this point, and they're just making sure that he's good to go.
Beamer stated, I believe, around lunch today that he's likely to play, but has not been confirmed. So I bet it'll be a game time decision.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'll just kick this off. I'm not a Sellers fan. I don't think he's that great. He's, as far as turning the ball over, he's pretty bad. He does it often. I think he got put on what would you call it? Put on, like, he made a highlight last year where he trucked that dude in the game. And I don't know if you remember the highlight I'm talking about. Up on the sideline, he's running for a first down and lowers shoulder, boom.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody's, Lenore Sellers. He fumbles, he throws picks. He's kind of like a wish.com Jalen Milroe. I would still take him. I would take him over Milroe just to clear that up. But I don't like it. I don't like him. Mike Sheila's offense, I've lived that life. It's not good.
Yeah.
I like Missouri. Missouri's very balanced. I like what they've got at quarterback. Defensively, with or without Sellers, I think they'll be able to handle it. And I would argue that Daniels is better than Lenore Sellers, and I'd take them any day.
Yeah.
So I'm going Missouri.
I got you. Okay. So let's start.
You had that look of like, you know what? I fucking disagree with you.
So here's what I will say about South Carolina. Obviously, the heartbeat of that team and that offense is Lenore Sellers. Everything that they want to do starts and begins and ends with Sellers. That being said, the person on that offense that I'm most disappointed in and has not taken that next step as being elite is God bless. Now I just lost his name. God, if I had it in my head, I was ready to just go at it. No, Nick Harbor.
Yeah,
Harbor.
Nico Harbor.
Yeah.
Nico Harbor. This motherfucker. He is a 6'4" straight line guy. He is literally a taller version of Williams at Alabama. Scared to go over the middle. Only can run go routes and run past people. Granted, they're both freaking fast, but that's all he got. And he's dropping balls just like Williams does. Like, come on, guys. You're supposed to be this elite receiver, this number one receiver. No matter what is happening, you should be able to catch a ball when you're open.
Yeah.
There is no excuse. Running over the middle, you should be able to do it and catch a ball. Especially with how big Harbor is, he should be winning those one-on-one battles almost every single time.
Yeah.
With that said, and with how awful South Carolina looked as soon as Sellers went out of the game, like absolutely, like everything just halted. It was ridiculous. I am going to go with Missouri because I think they have a more balanced offense. I think they have a better defense. well, maybe not better. Better is a strong word. I still think South Carolina has a good defense. Even though they gave up 21 points against Vandy, I still think I think that whole team was shook that Sellers was out.
Yeah.
Um,
It changed the whole complexion of that game, no doubt.
I think they completely got shook. So what I will say is that I think that the defense will rebound and perform better than they did against Vandy, and I fully expect that to happen. Now, the offense, on the other hand, I think that they will perform as well as long as Sellers plays the game. But him still being listed as questionable, even though the coach can say whatever the fuck he wants until he's cleared by the medical team and everybody says he's good to go on the medical side of things.
Yeah.
It don't until he says he's playing. I don't believe a word that coach says because all he's doing, all that is word. He's just word vomiting just for the other team to have to prepare for Sellers.
Yeah.
And worry about Sellers playing. So I'm still going to go with Missouri, but very tentatively because I think this is a dangerous game for Missouri specifically. I think with them, I know they have UMass next week, but then they have to play Alabama, Auburn, and Vandy right back, and Texas A&M all in the following weeks to come.
Yeah.
So they're about to hit the gauntlet, their version of their gauntlet of their season after UMass.
Yeah.
So I think this is a must-win for Missouri before they go into playing UMass and everybody else on their schedule. And I also think that it's probably a must-win for South Carolina to rebound after last week's fucking debacle.
Yeah, I'm going to go Missouri here, guys. I think Pribula is a good quarterback. Pretty sure I said that right. I mean, he showed moments when he did play at Penn State. They hated to lose him, but they still got Drill R sticking around. So I think this Missouri team's got it made. The story of the game will be if Sellers plays. If he doesn't, it's not going to be close. If he does, his chaos will keep it a little bit closer. I mean, he's got talent, but I agree, he makes some mistakes. Yeah. And the big question this year was how much does he grow in between last season and this? And if he can take that step, then this South Carolina team could, be dangerous. But what we're seeing right now, I'm going Mizzou, and if he doesn't play, that's going to be a ass kicking, in my opinion. All right, last game.
This is the most fun one I'm going to have to talk about.
Tulane at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this is a big game for Tulane right here.
This is so much fun to talk about.
They have such a great start to this season. They've already beaten 2 Power 4 opponents in Duke and Northwestern. They did struggle against South Alabama, but they still got the win there. Ole Miss, on the other hand, we talked about probably in a quarterback battle, mid-season or midweek here, trying to figure out, is it going to be Chambliss? Is it going to be Simmons? I haven't looked anything else up on that, but I can't imagine that's an easy one for Lane to deal with. And then, really, it's a 13.5-point spread, boys. Tulane, you can't play scared, but you got to control the ball. You got to control the clock and let Retzlaff be what he is. He can maneuver on the ground. He can also dink and dunk. Guys, what do you see in this one?
Well, I think it's a problem to go up against defense like Ole Miss has, and your leading rusher is your quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that's a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
So I think somebody else is going to have to step up in the run game and not make it all on Retzlaff. I mean, he has 40 carries for 288 yards and 6 touchdowns for this season, which is phenomenal, but those stats are for running. Mm-hmm. I would much rather see 6 touchdowns passing more than running, to be perfectly honest with you guys. And as far as your question, Brendan, I think it should be Chambliss.
Yeah.
Honestly. Simmons, he's okay. He's been okay. But, I mean, he's thrown 56 times this season, completed 34. He has 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's unacceptable for three weeks in the season.
Yeah.
For a starting SEC quarterback, unacceptable. So I think the job is wide open, like you said, and I think Chambliss will get an opportunity to play this game specifically. God bless it. With that said, fuck. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'm gonna go Tulane with the upset.
Oh shit! All right, Trevor. There it is.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so
I'm
fast.
fully aware, not so fast, but I'm just not going to pick the same team as you guys.
No, look, I
Because
will
Ole
give
Miss
you
has
this.
has a long history of fucking things up in their season.
That's true.
So the thing is Pete Golding. I've lived that life. Running quarterbacks, they give him problems. I watched it at Alabama for 4 years. Quarterbacks that can run the football, they destroy Pete Golding defensive schemes. The thing is with Tulane, I don't know that they have the firepower to be consistent with it versus what Ole Miss has. If it gets into a shootout, I don't see Ole Miss turning the ball over to give Tulane an edge, which is why I'm leaning Ole Miss. But this is the perfect position for Tulane to get a huge win here.
Yeah.
So I'm
Trying
going
to
Ole
pull
Miss.
up all the turnovers that Ole Miss has had so far this season.
Just historically, it's tough when you're centered around one player because Ole Miss only has to stop one guy, and it's Retzlaff. But as I've been on the receiving end of Pete Golding's defenses, and he's not always able to do that. I mean, I could go back and name probably 4 or 5 quarterbacks that just destroyed Alabama's defense when he was there.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I don't trust him as far as that goes, but I think Kiffin, the way he runs his offense, he's very balanced. He's run first, and I don't think Tulane will be able to sustain the whole game against it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is just can they sustain the battle all season long, and that's such a tough thing to do with all the talent that Ole Miss does have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. The last time that these guys played each other, they played in New Orleans. Ole Miss beat them 37-20, and that was in 2023. And it was a pretty tight game till the end there. So, and that's I could see this happening again, where it's a tight game. It's close until the end of the third, and then things kind of pull away. I mean, you look at last week with what Ole Miss played against Arkansas and Taylor Green. He was the team, Taylor Green, and it came right down to the wire. So, and that, that's not some 5-star guy that was, came out of high school right into SEC ball, right? He played at Boise State. This is a guy that's been around. So I think Retzlaff could do similar things to them, in the air and the ground, but I just don't know if it'll be enough. So I'm going to go with Ole Miss, but really Tulane is playing with house money here. They've already positioned themselves so well for the playoffs and the American Athletic or the American Conference. This is playing with house money. If they can just go out there and play free and just like, hey, screw it, if we win this game, it's cake. We've already shown what we've got so far against Power 4 opponents. So we'll see. I like this game a lot. I think it could be closer than the spread, but I still take Ole Miss here. And that wraps it up, guys, on our 10 pick'em games and our breakdowns for each one. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Hit us up. We want to see who you're picking across the board. Gentlemen, let's do our gridlocks here for the week. So far, Blake's winning. I've on a streak at the moment. Trev, you got to have a big week here, buddy. What are we doing?
I gotta go all out.
Blake, since you're leading, who are you picking, my friend?
I'm gonna go with ECU over BYU.
Okay, I like it.
ECU.
I like that.
I can't find that game. Where's that game at?
Man, scrolling. He's like, "Where's it at? Where's it at?"
I will.
What's the
I'll
spread
tell
on
you-
it? Because I see it. Oh, there it is.
6.5 in favor of BYU.
Cool. Then I
Oh,
then
it's
I got
went
you.
down. It
Then I
was,
got you beat. Then I got
it
you
was
beat.
8
Then on the one
earlier.
I'm picking.
Was it? All right. Well, who are you going with, Trev?
I'm going to take Memphis to beat Arkansas.
Good pick.
Okay.
They're in a good spot to do that. That was another one I was between, and then my third option was SMU over TCU.
That's also a
good one I like,
possibility too.
That's one that I've been looking at. Trev, what was the spread on yours?
I'm on ESPN right now, and they have it at 7.5.
7.5. So
This
Memphis
went more. This went up.
Okay. Yeah, this is a funky week for me because I've been battling some of these group of 5 games, like looking at some guys that I wanted to pull, but there's other ones that I've looked at, like the Arkansas game, mentioned that one. Looked at the Iowa Rutgers game. Rutgers kind of intrigues me there.
Check out NC State.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of games that I've been just back and forth on which one I'm gonna pick, and I kind of want to go with one of those like bigger spreads, but I might be a chicken shit and play it light this week. Try to get in the win column.
Just try and get a win column. Take Texas Tech since you already picked them.
But
I figured you'd go Illinois.
That's kind of I picked them. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing Illinois. It's 5.5 point spread currently is what I'm seeing in favor of Indiana. I do think Illinois is it, but I've been battling with those smaller ones. But fuck it, I'm going.
What's
with
the spread on NC State? Do you have that pulled up?
Let me find it really quick. Who the hell are they playing again?
NC State. They're playing SMU, right?
No, NC State is playing. Who was it?
TCU. Sorry, TCU.
No, NC State is playing.
Oh no, sorry.
Duke.
God bless. I'm looking at
They're
the wrong
playing
one.
Duke.
Okay.
God bless it. I was looking at the wrong game. My bad. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah,
that is a 3.5 spread for Duke, by the way.
Oh, that's
That
a
was.
that's a feisty one right there.
I know NC State coming in 3-0, and
are not the favorites, which is crazy.
I know that I found that odd too, and that was one of my ones I was looking at.
Yeah.
I was looking at Wyoming and Colorado. Wyoming's defense, I know they got smoked in the second half, but I mean they held Utah pretty well in the first half. I think it was like 3. I think they only gave up 3 points in the first half, and but they offensively they just can't get going. But Colorado's got problems on offense. And
they're cycling through quarterbacks again too.
I know.
You know another one, since you guys like them so much, Michigan State beating USC.
Oh, it's a big spread.
That's too big for
That'd be a
me.
huge one.
Too buku.
But real talk though, real talk. One more, and I'm done. Wyoming to beat Colorado, 13.5.
Yes.
Colorado is the favorite on.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one too.
I'm gonna pay attention to
it.
that one because I'll be mad if I didn't pick it since I didn't pick it.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Illinois game. I do think they win, but my other one that I would have locked in would probably be Rutgers over Iowa.
What's that?
Iowa's got problems.
They got Central Florida over North Carolina, 7-point favorite.
Oh wow, really?
Well, can North Carolina?
There's
not
some
get it
spreads
done?
out there, guys, that you could sail on and probably make well.
So yeah, we called out a few of them. So you guys don't forget to throw your stuff into the comments. Your Gridlocks.
And we'll get those graphics up and everything shared, and you guys will share out this video first thing in the morning. A couple of other games that we have not mentioned from around the country, real quick. Maryland, Wisconsin, trying to figure things out. Maryland's 3-0. Syracuse, Clemson. Clemson's 1-2. Syracuse, and Jelly, he's over 1,000 yards passing right now, so that could be a scary game for Clemson. Virginia Tech and Wofford. Wofford, you could do the funniest.
Let's do it.
Since last week, since Old Dominion blew you out, Virginia Tech. Other ones, North Texas trying to take down Army. North Texas is 3-0. Oregon State, Oregon in the Civil War. Oregon should blow them out of the water. Unfortunately, Oregon State is a shell of themselves. Not what I thought they would be this year. We talked about Michigan, Nebraska, Purdue taking on Notre Dame, Ball State trying to take down UConn. Liberty is faltering. They're playing James Madison in the group of 5. Toledo looking to get a third win versus Western Michigan. You mentioned NC State, Duke, and a couple of the other ones, outside of that, looking at Boise State, Air Force, both are 1-1, trying to get that second win and get some movement there in the Mountain West. And the Beachcocks of Coastal Carolina taking on South Alabama. Coastal, you got embarrassed. Let's see if you can figure things out. And that's really all I'm seeing, guys. Texas, maybe Sam Houston beats Texas. That'd be funny. We'll see if what's his nuts figures out how to throw a football. And then the last one that I'm looking at, Fresno State and Hawaii, both are 3-1. Hawaii's got their quarterback back. He's been injured. Hawaii could be 4-1 guys by the end of this weekend, and that would be pretty cool. So that's what I'm seeing across the country. You guys, again, let us know what you're looking at, maybe some bets that you're interested in, and we'll hit you up in the comments. Anybody else? Shut it down, Trev.
Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the post when it comes out.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys have a great one. We'll see you around.
Take it easy.
Night.